Hi guys, Dr. Brian Opp here from Opp Family Chiropractic right here in St. Francis. And this month we're talking a lot of injuries, things that come into the clinic. We've talked about some running, we're talking about low back and how we assess it. I'm going to handle some things in the lower half of the body as well. So what we see a lot of athletes come into, especially like the high school athletes, college kids that come in to see us, is a lot of times they are burnt out, right? They're doing so much. They have classes, they have practice, they have games, they have just a social life, all those types of things. A lot of times they're not eating enough calories, they're not getting enough sleep, obviously. There's a lot of stress in their bodies. And what we'll find is that they have a lot of issues going on in the middle part of their body. So their core shuts off, the muscles in between their legs shut off, and then a very important muscle is tied into stress level and adrenal glands is called your tibialis posterior. So that one forms your arch. So if you don't have the arch, a lot of times you start to rotate stuff in and your body has to compensate a lot. Those are the tight calves, the tight hamstrings. A lot of times the backside of the body will start to shut off and you can't actually push off in a lot of different sports there. And so you get an injury. You might sprain your ankle, you might injure your knee. Obviously the low back and the hip get involved as well too. So we want to do a full assessment on that and then give some advice, some nutritional things, some dietary advice on how to help with that. And so what we'll find once again is they're not eating enough calories. A lot of kids, they might eat a breakfast or they're even skipping breakfast depending on the sport, what time they have to be at school, which is a no-no. So you definitely need to eat breakfast. This often leads to a blood sugar crash and a lot of stress on the body. They will not be able to perform well in school, obviously, when we have patients that don't get enough calories in the morning. And then by the time they get to lunch, they're so low and they're burning on nothing. They have no fuel. Then they go to practice only eating lunch, which is usually not very good and not a lot of calories and good calories there. So then we want to give them some things, bring some snacks to school. That's number one. I have all my athletes, they got to bring some snacks and some healthy snacks, obviously. Find some organic beef sticks. There's a lot at Costco. There's, if there's availability for fridge, using yogurts that have a high protein content in there, mix in some granola. People are afraid of carbohydrates, but if you're burning a lot of calories through the day, you need some carbohydrates to fuel that because you've earned your carbs. At night, really fueling up, getting some rice. I always have my patients get some rice into their diet, get some baked potatoes in there because it's very filling. It's got high potassium, so it's basically part of an electrolyte there. Add some other calories to it so that they can really fuel that body, and getting the protein alongside that is a great way to do this. So people are afraid to eat a lot of different things, and they shouldn't be because they've really earned those calories. Undereating will lead to weight gain just like overeating will. So getting into that window where you're really helping your body to fuel it for the needs that you're producing it for what you want to it. So athletes, if you're dealing with these things, anything that's lower half there, we can definitely do a full assessment. It's those nagging injuries that just don't want to go away. They become chronic. And so we do a lot of work with those kids to more than just, stretching the rehab stuff, because that only goes so far if things just don't want to work on the inside as well too. So if you guys got athletes that are dealing with this, have them reach out to us. We can definitely be of help. Thanks, guys.